By now, you've probably realized that I am Chinese. Thank you. What a shock, right? I am a Malaysia Huaran. It is in my blood, my skin, and my bones. Which is why I am the most qualified person to talk to you about the Chinese people who hate the Chinese. When I say hate Chinese, I don't mean the kids who eat McDonald's and don't like dim sum. Banana, yellow on the outside, white on the inside, study overseas for 3 years and then come back and talk like I now speak Queen's English. But I don't mean bananas or people who hate xiaohongshu. No, I mean people who literally hate Chinese people. Welcome to the strange world of the Zoko. In English, it is often said that a dog is a man's best friend. They are unfailingly loyal, unquestioning.
Yet, Zoko describes a traitor to his own race.
As human beings, we have identity, lineage, history, culture. This is true for all human beings, it doesn't matter what race you are. But what happens when you have a polarized country where politicians have an incentive to get votes by fighting for their own race, and somehow that's still called democracy? Well, that's where these people come in. The kinds who just drop in, making a deal with the devil to thrive in this world by making their own race, history, and culture into a bogeyman. Zoko quite literally means a running dog, and it captures this idea of a loyal dog that is serving, in this case, politicians of a specific race who want to make sure that the hierarchy, whatever it is left in order, and the dog will protect its master loyally, unquestioningly, fighting against everything that goes against the master, even if it is its own family. It is for this that we call self-hating Chinese people Zoko. Those who appear loyal to people of other races to gain benefit from them, betray their own race, basically Bara Bangsa, China edition.
But are they really serving you, and can you really control a wild dog? Think about it. But how do you become Bara Bangsa China edition?
Deny your heritage, play victim, anything related to Chinese people, also all you have to do is hate on it. What's that? You want examples? God, so many. Some famous self-hating Chinese people you may know of include Professor Teo Kok Siong, the vernacular school hater who thinks that Chinese school students are all stupid while making misguided assumptions about human nature, even as he throws out his PhD from UC Berkeley, talking about how Chinese school students are stupid as if you have learned about every single Chinese school student in the world. Including yours truly, by the way. And then you have the opportunists like Firdaus Wong, the people who tell all the secrets of the Chinese in wonderful books such as Apa Lagi, Shina Mao, while collecting donations for his little Mualaf club, explaining the behaviors of the Chinese.
Bonus points for this book, which not only ripped off but completely misunderstood Mahathir.
The Ridhuan Wongs who celebrate tuan, tanah, while criticizing the Agong and also Prime Minister.
And then proceeding to lie.
Penyedia ada sisi halal.
But you know, you could say otherwise. Maybe Teo Kok Siong is an academic with a nice degree but no connection to reality. Ridhuan Wong and Firdaus Wong have the same last name, might be related, sepupu, here to make that back, no shame in that. But there is one unquestionably self-hating Chinese person in this country.
The big daddy of them all, Ridhuan Tee Abdullah. Ultimate self-hater who labels every single Chinese person out there an ultra kiasu, uncultured, calls even Chinese people pendatang,
Despite technically being a pendatang by that logic.
supports GISB,
Yes, that GISB.
even as he says, saya lebih Melayu sebab orang Melayu takut bersuara. The guy is a human dynamo. That's truly amazing.
Some Malays also see that there's something wrong as well.
Even KJ doesn't like Ridhuan Tee Abdullah because he's just casually talking about how athletes join sports because they are ultra kiasu and they just want to make money along the way.
Even a Malay Wikipedia article about this guy is like, this dude is unhinged, bro.
But yeah, if you're Malay and you think this behavior is really weird, just know that Chinese people know it very well as well. I mean, for example, what Wong Chun Wai said of Ridhuan Tee Abdullah was, Ridhuan can think and dream like a Malay, but he is still a Chinese. The fact also remains that Ridhuan was given the name T. Chuan Sing by his parents. Most of us feel sorry for him as he seems to suffer from an identity crisis problem. No matter how much he tries, the reality is that one cannot change one's ethnicity. Even his religion does not require him to do so. Wow. We could make an entire video about Ridhuan Tee Abdullah, but we're not going to. But I will say that if we take all these people together, basically they all just hate on Chinese culture. They built their careers on hating Chinese people, mocking Chinese cultural institutions from vernacular school to language, even their status in this country as they try to earn the distinguished status of China by good Chinese people that supposedly support what is noble, good, and right.
While, by the way, playing victim, defending one another, and of course selling books.
But why do they even do this? Well, they do this because people eat it up. It's no secret to most people that Malaysia is a very polarized society, especially along racial lines. Our politicians are obsessed with race, day in and day out, talking about Malays, Chinese, Indians, religion, day after day sampai tak terhenti-henti. In a world post-May 13, after economic inequality and the NEP drove us all apart,
Or so it's said, and in the midst of crisis comes opportunity, even if the people who take these opportunities are trash. Oh, but such rewards though?
I mean, Professor Teo Kok Siong got appointed to the National Council of Professors, was appointed Emeritus Professor by UKM and a Dato. Ridhuan Tee Abdullah, on the other hand, became an Utusan Melayu columnist, lecturer at UPNM, and pretty much every other self-hating Chinese is trying to sell their books, their lectures, or pretty much any product that they can by talking to the Malay people as if they're on their side eternally forever because they are not like those selfish DAP Chinese. So yes, these people are rewarded for what they're saying, for hating on their own community, for being traitors to their own culture, and for telling the secrets of their community.
Not that there are any secrets to tell because Chinese people hate them anyway and nobody tells them actual secrets.
These people are exploiting their own community for clout.
But why do people fall for this?
You could say it's kind of like a prodigal son narrative because moving away from being the selfish Chinese, these people show and exemplify to the community that in fact there are generous, wonderful and good Chinese people in this world who respect tuan, tanah, understand justice and saling hormat menghormati. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't respect Malay people. I think everybody should respect everybody else in this country. I also think it's nice when people understand or identify with my complaints about another community, or will take action against extremists for some reason. But I think you and I can all agree that it's a little bit strange when somebody who is definitely Chinese and tries to be even more Malay than Malay people themselves,
Or at least the racist archetype they want to manipulate the Malays into,
fights against their own culture, mocks it left, right, front and center, while talking as if they're an insider that has now jadi insaf about the Chinese people. Honestly, I think it is so sad. I mean, if you're Malay, for example, I think it's nice to call these people good Chinese and everything, but think about it. How good can they be when they are literally trying to make money by dumping on their own race? They say that they are Muslim or they are terpaling agama or anything else out there, but do you really believe that they are generous, amazing, and wonderful? Maybe if you're a politician, you like the fact that you can casually say, oh, orang Cina ni pun faham, or something like that. But seriously, ask yourself, if somebody has so little self-respect for where they came from, what their ancestors were doing, or anything else, can you really have respect for such a person? Well, I feel like for most of you, the answer is probably no.
and I feel the same thing for you all, by the way.
Like, as a Chinese, for example, I wouldn't want you to be any less Malay or to somehow become Chinese like me either. If you are Malay and you have Malay culture, I'm very happy to go for Hari Raya or to enjoy your company.
Of course, we can attend each other's celebrations and we can learn from one another, no problem. But the point is,
I don't need you to change just to suit my preferences, what I want or what I care about. You have no need to do that.
but also I have no need for hidayah. Lakum dinukum waliyadin. Stop trying to convert me.
I think we would all agree that if anybody comes up to us after studying in the UK for 3 years and then be all like, my name is Akmal, I'm joining UMNO. Bro, nobody talks like that, nobody behaves like that. Stop. If someone were to do that to me, then I would just not trust their intentions. Like, who are you trying to be? Why are you acting like this? You're not me. You never will be. That's fine. It's totally okay. You don't have to be tied to your culture, but literally hating on your own culture? Come on. I'm gonna express this in Chinese right now. 我觉得这样的人真的很奇怪咯。 Because 你不会讲华语，你不会读华文，随便你啦。如果你不要跟华人联络的话，就算吧。你可以做 banana 没关系的，去 KL 去玩，去讲英文 ，anything you want 无所谓。都不是跟你讲去用 DeepSeek 看小红书 Plan China 台湾香港什么东西啦？为何你要骂自己的种族？表达你是我们马来西亚华人的 representative。林北咖喱讲太过分了嘞 ！You have no need to mock Chinese people or think about telling people secrets because at the end of the day, Chinese people, Malaysian Chinese people are different. You don't know us, you don't understand us. If you hate us, then ignore us. It's very simple, right? But of course, we all know that people like you are making money off your book deals, writing engagements, trying to do everything that you can to earn money from the Malays and from everyone else, which is why you keep on doing all of this nonsense out there. And seriously, it is a disgrace. Congratulations on abandoning your heritage, hating on the people who gave birth to you, and acting as if you're the allies of everybody out there in the world. Which is, I'm sure, nice in the short term, but we all know that
Nobody can actually trust you.
however much you try to run away, change your religion, or anything like that, you will never be a Malay. Because all you are and ever will be was the little dog who ran away. Alright, and that's all I have to say about that, and bye.